Hey everyone, it's Storm Life. Welcome back to my channel with another Gwent video for you today, and I'm going to show you the best Masquerade Ball deck that you can play. Now, you've probably got a Masquerade Ball deck which works fine, but I bet plenty of times you've had Masquerade Ball heat waved, you've bricked, you probably don't get the best golds to play Masquerade Ball, and that stops you winning the game. So I'm going to show you how to prevent that, get the best effect, and win more games with this deck I'm going to show you. Before we do that, guys, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to see more videos. Like this video and write a comment below to help this video perform the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to watch me live play Gwent, you can go on Normal Life Gaming on Twitch, or just look in the link of the description of this video. So guys, let's get to the deck build and see some gameplay me using it as well. So this is the best Masquerade Ball deck that I have built for you guys, and we're going to go through each card while we use them. We're going to look at the strategy, how to use this to the full potential, and also some gameplay me using it as well after I finish talking about the deck. So the leader charge we're going to have with this is Imprisonment. Imprisonment, you get 2 charges with this, and every time you use the charge, you lock an opponent's card, and also you damage them by 3. So tactically, probably you think of the best cards to try and lock if possible, because you probably want to lock that ones that have leader charge. So for example, like Coral, when that discards cards and damages you by 2 each turn. And also when doing that with Thirsty Dame in our deck, that will give them status, so we get a boost when using our leader charge. So if we're on blue coin, guys, the stratagem we're going to have is Magic Lamp. We have Magic Lamp, especially against monsters as well. That's the reason why I have put in this, because monsters, they can play a organic card that is called Poetry Dive, which will eliminate the lowest card when they haven't even put a card down. So basically, that stops you killing the first card you put down. So we have a solid 5-point card to go with the card what we put down as well. Next, we have Masquerade Ball. Masquerade Ball scenario card, we play it in the last round if it's going for the 2-0 or in round 3. Now, when we place this down, it will spawn a Thirsty Dame. A Thirsty Dame will basically boost itself every time your enemy has status, which we're going to give plenty of with certain cards in our deck. Now, to unlock Chapter 1 and 2, which basically plays an extra Fangs of Empire, which gives poison to the opponent, you need to put an Aristocrat down, which we have plenty of them. So make sure, guys, you play this in the last round. Next, we have Superior Officer. Superior Officer, we want to try and play it in the last round with Masquerade Ball to get the best value out of it, because then it comes Superior Officer, which then will put 2 cards on the opponent's side, which are spine operatives, and then basically, because they have status, that gives Thirsty Dame extra points, and then we can actually use them spine cards we have on the other side to clog the opponent's row, so they can't put any more cards down. And then when we want to, on our order ability, we can actually call them back and put them on our side and get full 6 points back. But this is really good, guys, for getting extra status, and it's really big point builds with Thirsty Dame. Then we have Emhyr, which is really good to play Masquerade Ball, because firstly, it's an Aristocrat, so we can unlock the chapters of Masquerade Ball, but the features that it has on this card is really good. Now, we don't have Devotion. We're not too bothered about Devotion. So what we've got with a Deploy, we can then thin our deck better, because we draw a card and then put 1 card at the bottom, so we can potentially get another gold out of our deck that we haven't got. Also, which is really good, whenever an opponent plays a unit, it will give it spine. So our Thirsty Dame is going to basically keep getting points every time your opponent puts a card down. So this is really good to play with Masquerade Ball. Then we have Joachim. Joachim's good for thinning and boosting our cards out of our deck to give them really big points, so our opponent finds it hard to catch up. So this is a disloyal card. It goes on the opponent's side, pulls out the card that's on the top of our deck that is the non-disloyal card, that'll come out boosted by 8 points on top of the points it's already got, and then obviously we can use its ability as well. So this is really good for thinning, and it's a really big point build. Then we have Yennefer, which is good for removal, getting rid of big cards our opponents are going to play. For example, if your opponent's going to play Melusine, and that's going to be some problems for us in the future, we can get rid of that by stealing that and then put it in our deck. It puts it on the top of your deck in case you do want to play it. But Yennefer is really good for big removals. Then we have Theon, our defender. Now, this is really good to stop your Masquerade Ball getting heat waved. So you play this down first before Masquerade Ball, then you put Masquerade Ball down. Now, your opponent has to get through your defender first. Now, by that time, if they have got through your defender and they have got heat wave potentially, you probably can get the full chapters out of your Masquerade Ball. So this is really good to protect the point build that you're going to get from the full Masquerade Ball. Now we have Philippe, which is an absolute broken card. So this basically will give status to loads of cards. Now, if your opponent has lots of status on a certain card, it will then give it poison. If it's already got poison, it will just kill it. So Philippe is literally broken, guys. It's great to play in the last round of Masquerade Ball. Then we have Dead Man's Tongue. So this is to help with thinning. So if we haven't used all our Blightmakers and we've got a Blightmaker and a Mage Assassin we're not going to use, we can actually get rid of these, banish them, take the total points, and then boost one of our cards on our battlefield. So this is really good to play in the first round. Then we have Van, which is good for purifying in case our opponents locked one of our cards or put poison on our cards. We can purify ours. And also we can use for poison if you put it in the melee row. So this is really good for your opponent to try and deal with if we're trying to go on the attack and poison. But if they lock us, we've got an answer for it. We can also purify ours. Then we have Emhyr. So this is really good to destroy a locked card. So we have our order ability as imprisonment. So we can lock a card that has probably got really big points. For example, if it's a crow preacher for Skellige and they've built loads of points from all the alchemy, we can actually destroy that. So if we lock it, then use this afterwards, we can actually destroy that card and they've lost big points. Next, which is an unusual card to put in your deck, but this helps with thinning and get other golds. So if we know we've only got 1 or 2 golds left, we can use this to pull one of them golds out of our deck. So this is a disloyal card. It goes on the opponent's side for only 2 points, but it'll play a random gold card. So obviously, check your deck before playing this. You don't want to play this in the first round. You want to play this in the last round that you haven't. For example, if you haven't got the gold card that you need, you can get it by playing this. So this is really good for thinning. Now, to find other gold cards that we can't get, Roderick is really good because this will basically look at 2 gold cards and you pick one of them to play. So really good for thinning and getting cards that we can't find. Then we have Blightmaker. Now Blightmaker is good for 2 reasons. Firstly, thinning, because you pick a Mage Assassin to get drawn out your deck with this, and then it's a big 9-point card, and also it damages your opponent by 2. Or we can actually use it if we pick a special card, the Cow Carcass, which gives poison to your opponent. Now, if we give him poison, we've got a thirsty dame, we're gaining points from that. So, Blightmaker is really good for 2 reasons. So, use it wisely. Have Rot Tosser, so this is good. We're playing with Thirsty Dame to give your opponent status with poisoning, and also when we're poisoning cards and we poison a big card, we probably can finish it off with another card in our hand to poison and get rid of. So this is really good to play in round 1 with a Thirsty Dame. Then we have Thirsty Dame, which is basically boosts itself by 1 if an enemy gains status. So this is good to play if you can save 1 for the last round, but good to play in the first round because we're going to try and give status out to our opponent. Then we have Master of Puppets, which is a bit of a troll card to have, but it's really good to try and steal points off your opponent. So if they've got a big bronze card that's gain points from boosts, so the Preachers from Skellige, for example, we can actually steal this with this card, and then we'll probably lock it when it goes on their side. So we might not want to play this card, but if we feel like we can steal a card, definitely use this card. Then we have Fangs of the Empire, so we use this to poison our opponent whenever we can play in round 1 with Thirsty Dame to give status, and also if we play 2 of these on a certain card, we can actually kill it. Then we have the Servant. The Servant, in my opinion, is a really overpowered 4th vision card if you can use it to its full potential. So when you play a Servant, you basically copy a status of one card and put it to another card. Now, depending on how many statuses that it had, it will boost itself by that amount. But if an opponent has a poison card already, we can kill it straight away with this card because we can try and steal another poison and then poison the other poison card and kill that card, and then also we get the boost for that. So the Servant comes in clutch when you can use it right. Then we have Hunter. Hunter's good for 2 reasons, because it gives status if it's bleeding, if you put it in the melee row, or lock. Now, we'll probably use it for the lock because the lock's more beneficial for us, because we probably want to stop cards that are gaining points overall. So, Hunter we want to play in the first round. You may want to save one for the last round to give status out with our Masquerade Ball, and also this is an Aristocrat as well, so really good card to have, especially in round 1. Then we have Mage Assassin. Now, Mage Assassin, we do not play, we only draw out from Blightmakers. So if we don't use these, we'll thin it with a Dead Man's Tongue. So that is the Masquerade Ball deck, guys, I've created. We're going to watch some gameplay of me using it, but the strategy overall I'm going to do is round 1, thin our deck, also boost a Thirsty Dame by giving status out, and then in round 3, have Defender, have Masquerade Ball, other golds as well, and then we should overwhelm our opponents because they can't get through our Defender, and then I can't get to our Masquerade Ball. So let's get to some gameplay of me using it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow me on Twitch, and yeah, let's go and watch now.
There is but one
Okay, so
for traitors.
Deadeye, that's Deadeye. They might have scenario cards, probably traps, I'm thinking now. So we want another Blightmaker if we can get one. Oh, what? So I asked for it and I got one. I think that's what you need to do, Gwent. You just ask what you want. So you're good to have. You're good to have. Defender's good to find, first off. We should hit gold after this. Probably get rid of one of these. Are they going to have any engines? I don't think they do, so I don't think you're any use. Okay, good. So we've got Masquerade Ball. So we've got Masquerade Ball and Defender, the two things that we want. So we don't play them two cards in this round. Hopefully we don't play them two cards. So we're going to play this, and then we're going to probably be wise to Blightmaker first. I know you don't get the full 2 points of damage off it, but we can technically try and lock a card on our first turn and keep that this alive. Our Thirsty Dame. Well, we don't want to lock that, so we'll kill that then. Two double Blightmakers then. Okay, so we want to, if we're using Thirsty Dame, we want to try and get them to 5 points, a bit more secure for points. They've got Rebuke, then we can't do much about that. I don't want to use that yet. Okay, I put Thirsty Dame. First Dame's probably going to die here. But we're not going to lead charge because they can probably have Rebuke and probably kill it anyway, so there's no point in using lead charge if they're going to kill it. No, that's good for us. Okay.
Now we will see who is weak.
So, actually, what do I want to put down first? Probably this. Right in between over here. I don't know what this guy's playing, to be fair. He's probably playing traps, isn't he? He's got loads of elves, so he's got his scenario card as well on top. So he needs to rebuke that now, because when it gets to 6 points, it's more harder to kill. Okay, interesting.
Now we will see who is weak. We will take back what was stolen.
Okay, so what we can do here is probably use the servant.
Please, no blows. My apologies, I only served him.
And just give that poison, and then we can potentially kill that with our Fang. Bit wary what he's trying to do. These.
Time for you to die.
That's fine. That can have poison.
Emhyr has shown us the way.
Is he going to use his scenario card already? I feel like he's preparing for it. Purify, very clever. Okay.
I'm so tired.
Clever from our opponent. He's still a few points behind though. So I think we're probably best just poisoning, because he can't purify again, surely.
Feeling a bit peckish.
And then see how he tries to catch up to 39 points. He might pass at 5. Unless he gets a big point build. 39 points to catch up on. Don't think he can do it. Okay.
You to ask. Don't dare think you can escape.
So he can actually do it, but he'll have to use, I think, a whole leader charge. So I thought passing here. I'll rather him use something big to get to 39. I'd rather pass and not have final say and let him use.
Love is time for you to die, Dwan.
And that's fine. So that's one card out of the way. And he's actually using leader charge. I'm assuming he's got a scenario card as well. Now he should pass here. He says he should pass. So we don't want this. Okay, this is good to keep. I feel like he should pass. He's trying to sort his hand out now. He hasn't got... He's probably looking for that scenario card. Whatever it's called. Okay. Good. So we're gonna have... Put this down. Pass. So we don't have final say. We've got our scenario cards. We can. Do you know what? We can kill a lot of cards before it gets to that point of using this full scenario card of doing 2 damage. Nice. So we just get rid of. I don't think he's going for boost, so we can get rid of you. That's good. How many gold cards are we missing? We need. Oh, we can get another gold card. That'd be good. We don't. We need... That's probably the best one for us. Obviously that's just to try and find some. We're not too bothered about these two. If we can get Superior Officer from Roderick, that'll be brilliant. Okay, so let's get into this. So we Defender.
Onward, to be showered with Imperial gold.
Potentially could still get it from Joaquin. So if we don't hit the golds from... Yeah, here we go. Scenario versus scenario. Oh, we still get it from Emhyr, so we want to put our scenario down as well.
My, the Van Nortons, they truly spoil us.
It depends what he puts out next. We want to try and... Okay, so he's going to get... I know what he's trying to do. He's going to use his Dead Eyes to attack. So I'm thinking here. Because they're going to give us 2 damage, aren't they? That's going to give us 1. Okay, we'll keep engines going.
Have I something in my teeth?
And we'll poison this. Well, that's going to boost itself. Probably want to poison that. I'm just thinking how much damage they're going to do. I think we'll be okay. And then probably we have to play Emhyr next, I think. That's probably best. Interesting, this is... Yeah, we've got to play Emhyr next because of the spine he gives out. Yeah, definitely. Okay. His waylay for his next one's not going to be too good, is it? Because that's... He wants to waylay that, isn't it? That's the only thing he can waylay. Okay.
Splendid crops this year, and ever they shall. Leave it to me.
Okay, so we now play this so we can give spine out. Oh my word. We'll keep that. We'll probably throw this out because that's what we wanted. And then we kill... Are we going to brick here? I feel like we're going to brick. I just believe we're not going to brick. Okay, so that's really good because now we're going to constantly get engine points from Emhyr with the spine. We found this Superior Officer, General. Was what we needed as well. Roderick, what we'll probably want is... It doesn't matter what we... Oh, it does actually. Probably Dead Man's Tongue, I'm thinking.
Slaughter them to a man!
Okay, that's interesting. Probably want to protect Philippe, maybe? So let's put Philippe here. Could potentially kill this. Lock that. So that's a poison card for next. It's looking... Yeah, GG. Easy.